All right, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to listen to what I have to say. I have given this more than enough thought in my life. I have finally made up my mind that in time from where I am staying right now and the lifestyle that I'm living right this second, I finally made up my mind that I am going with my own gut from here on out and to do what I know is necessary and right for myself. You know, I didn't want life to be like this, but I just can't focus on other people. I can't focus on what everybody else is doing in this world. And I feel as though the only thing for me to do, the only thing that I truly am right now is a hermit. That is the only thing that I want to put my life into is the monastery, is the sanctuary, is into sanctity, is into art, is into discipline and being true to myself. Because the thing that I have learned about myself is all of this hustle and bustle and trying to fit in with other people, none of it is for me anymore. And this is why one becomes a monk. This is why one becomes a hermit, because they have an understanding of the world and they understand that the reason they go to the temple is because they know that the temple is right here. And I'm just done chasing stuff. I think that most of the things that a lot of people are doing are completely irrelevant. But they don't know that yet because, like I said, it's a chasing thing. It's a denial thing. It's a thing where the things that most of the world thinks is important, I don't think is important at all anymore. And this is why I do not like getting attached to people, places, and things. I don't like getting attached to anything because I know that everything is fleeting and I can't keep anything. I can't hold on to anything. I can't stop people from aging. I've lived an American life my whole life. And there's a lot of things that I grew up with that I really liked, that I really enjoyed, and I still do enjoy. I'm not saying that I'm going to go become like a woman becomes a nun and she's, doing what she does in that way. That's not what I mean. And I really don't even want to say going to be a monk because I don't like having any authoritarian figure over me at all, because I know what's best for me and I wouldn't mind having a little bit of structure, but at the same time, I have to have my own little sanctuary. I have to have my own room. I have to have a place where I can set up my little bit of gear, have my notepad, have a place to rest, have a chair, have my little man cave, my little sanctuary, my little temple. And that's what it's come to for me. I'm there's really nothing else for me to do. Like, I'm just not into all of this hustle culture. I'm not into really interacting with way too many people. I'm a hermit. I'm a hermit, and I'm someone that I love my solitude. I only focus on the sanctuary. I only focus on the temple. I only focus on. It's hard to explain to people that have not yet come to this understanding. It's like I have transcended from most of these things. Like I said, I've outgrown a lot of this. The things that I thought were important are not important to me anymore. And what I thought where I was going was not really where I was going at all. And I'm not saying that this is like an ultimate solution, but I know for me, I want to isolate. I want to go somewhere where other people that want to be left alone want to go, because they don't want to deal with all this unnecessary drama anymore. I don't care to get my ego stroked anymore. I just would like to be in the presence of other people that understand solitude, that understand isolation, that understand introversion, and being an artist. And we can have times where it's silence and there's not all of this distraction and all this just crazy stuff going on. And even though I'm somebody that I like music and I like rhythm and I like sound, and I'm still a man, I still am very in touch with my own sexual energy and stuff. I would like to have a place of my own where in time I could have other similar people come to the same understanding that all that's literally left is the sanctuary. All that's left is our own sanctity, is to focus on the temple, is to focus on the sacred thing in our life. And it's this is something that people that are continually chasing after something in this life, they're not going to understand this. People will say something like, how could you ever become a monk? Or how could you go be a hermit somewhere? How could you be like that? I don't understand that. Yeah, they don't understand it because, yet again, they're so caught up into the world that they were programmed into that they have not yet really come to terms with the world that they were programmed into. And me, I am only seeking sanctity. I am only seeking harmony. I am only seeking something beautiful, something that resonates with me absolute. I don't care about anything else. You know, even if I sound negative, I don't want to be negative. And even if I sound like I'm trying to be positive, I don't want to be positive. I just want to be me at all times. A place that there is little to no judgment with anything, because I don't care for other people's opinions of me. I don't care about what they judge me to be. I don't care how they see me to be anymore. I'm not worried about all that stupid shit. I could care less. I could care less. But yet this is what we've been programmed to think, that we got to keep proving something to one another. We have to keep up with the show, so to speak. We got to keep acting like something's really not the way that it is. And I can't explain it. I'm just done. Like, I've transcended from it. It's very hard to describe. But does this mean that I still, I was just watching clips the other day of the movie that George A. Romero produced, wrote or produced, and the one guy that does the makeup effects and stuff for the Night of the Living Dead that came out in 1990. Yeah, I still watch movies and I still watch gory things. I still watch clips of movies. I still watch documentaries on the mob and the wars and other things. I'm not saying that I don't watch things that are like that. But that is just the things that I was programmed with in my childhood and my upbringing. That's kind of the American way that's programmed in my mind that I can't help. And that's an addiction. And if you really come to the altar of the absolute, you see that everything is an addiction. We are an addiction. Everything's an addiction. You drink your coffee, that's an addiction. You work out, that's an addiction. It's a healthy addiction, but it's an addiction. You watch people having sex on your screen, that's an addiction. You comb your hair 4 times a day, that's an addiction. You do drugs, that's an addiction. You eat food, that's an addiction. You socialize with people every day, that's an addiction. And I have my addictions too. I have the addiction of, even though it is something that is a part of my own soul, rhythm, making music, it's all an addiction. Everything's an addiction. And we are an addicted species. But see, the things that I used to be addicted to, that I thought that I had to prove to the world or prove to other people or get validation with every day, doesn't mean anything to me anymore. There's a bunch of noise, unnecessary noise. There's a whole ton of unnecessary drama. There is people right now, this very moment, that they are literally programming their children. They're programming people, like they are cheering them on to be somebody for the world. They're misleading them into things. They're saying you've got to become something for the world. And that right there is literally the problem that most people don't even realize is a problem. Because it's setting the person up to live a life of trying to be something for the world, trying to become something for others, trying to prove things to people. It's this unnecessary distraction that we don't need. We do not need it. And yes, my distractions are creative and artistical distractions. They are distractions where I say to myself, where is the beauty? Or even in something pessimistic and ugly, how can I make something artistical about that thing? See, this is why I'm somebody, yes, I do love cinema and I love movies, and even though I understand them, like you kind of, it kind of gets repetitive after a while. I almost think we need a way to express our primordial nature, because every one of us has these instincts. We have these things in us that we need to express, kind of our quote monkey brain, so to speak. And I think that there should be a way that we can put things on film and to, like the guy that does the effects, I forget his name in the movie Night of the Living Dead, since I said that, you know, yes, those things are kind of cool, but I say don't bring them into real life. Let's keep them to like practical effects. Let's keep it to the movies. Let's keep it to fantasy. Let's keep it to our primordial brain, so to speak, and not bring it into reality. You know, be a little naughty, but don't bring the wickedness into real life. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that with me. I have that side, and I also have a side that only seeks solitude and isolation and sanctuary and being present. Absolutely. Now, my phone's about to run out of time, so that's all that's left for me, is to find a colony of hermits and go and live somewhere like that, because none of this is really for me out here. It just isn't for me anymore. I'm just done with it. So where I'm going from here, I really don't know. But take it easy, y'all. Please help support the channel in the description. Thank you. Later.